Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. Today's video is in the paws of my kittens. I got them to choose a bunch of products yesterday and they did honestly pretty well. Well, there's going to be a few challenges here and there through the products, but they actually participated better than I thought. So before I roll back to the clips of them picking out the products yesterday, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. This is going to be a test. Oh, okay. Ren, which one do you want? That one, okay. For primers, I have the Rare Beauty mattifying one, the Orc Glow Lust, and the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I feel like they were both attracted to Auric at first. I'll go with Auric. Now for powders, I have the NARS translucent one, the LYS powder, and Kosas. Lani's going with the LYS. Ren, come pick. Which one are you going for? Okay, yeah, I thought so, maybe because of the sparkly packaging. Now we have concealers. Oh, I think Ren is going for the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix. Yep. Lani, how do you feel? Do you agree? Okay, Bright Fix it is. I don't think I mentioned my options, but I had Pat McGrath, Bare Minerals, and NARS. Okay, I have quite a few options for bronzers. I have the Quo bronzer, which Ren is into, the Tarte Sea Breezy bronzer, LYS bronzer, Cover FX bronzing duo. I feel like that's the one that he picked immediately because that was the first one he saw. So I feel like I should give him a better shot. I'll put you in the middle. Let's see. Okay, it's all up to you, honey. Which one? Okay. So now for highlighter, I have Natasha Denona, MAC Postmodernist Peach, and M Cosmetics. Which one, Ren? You're going with Natasha Denona. Wow, okay. Which one? None. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Ren's decision on this one. I think they're starting to get over it. So now I picked these four for blushes, the Kara Weiss blush, Rare Beauty, Charlotte Tilbury, which by the way guys, this is coming back now. So excited, I knew it. I just knew it. And Honest Beauty blush. Ready? Pick. Which one? Charlotte Tilbury. Okay. You're a little hockey master, aren't you? You ready? Pick. Okay. Charlotte Tilbury it is. I kind of picked things with funner, shinier packaging just to see, but I had a feeling this one was gonna win. So here are the three eyeshadow palettes. Lani's choosing the MAC one, and Ren is choosing Brunette from Melt. He's nervous about that one. Maybe I can use these two palettes in conjunction, maybe? Okay, I've got a couple mascaras. Ren, of course, is going for the shiny one, Benefit Magnet. What about you, Lani? Lani's more interested in my Pampas Grass. They're not usually in my office. I usually keep this door closed because there's too many things that they can get into. But when they're in here, it's a field day. Oh, now you're picking that one? This one or this one? It was just really entertaining to see him spin it like that. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Benefit Magnet. Okay, last section because they're getting over it. Lani chose Bite. I didn't really put much thought into this, but Lani chose Bite. Which one, Ren? You're going for Shuamera. Let's see, I'll narrow it down to these three. This is hard, I don't know, they're indecisive and so am I, so it's not a very good combination. Okay, I'm gonna go with Bite, the new lipsticks. I feel like they're the most excited about that. Okay, now we have all the products decided. Thank you, Ren, for all the help. And thank you, Lani, for all the help. Yeah. Thank you. Nice wink. So now that I'm looking at all the products laid out in front of me, so many of the things are either rose gold or copper. So I guess they're really attracted to this metal finish. I don't know, very interesting. So the first thing I'm going to be using today is the Auric Glow Lust. I'm using the shade Pyrite, and I'm just going to apply this to the high points of my face. It feels like it's been forever since I've done this. I think I kind of noticed I would break out quite easily with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and it was always in this area here, so maybe that was a contributor. Could be because I would like brush it on with the applicator, who knows, but I just kind of stopped doing this for a while, but I'm excited to do it again today. Today's supposed to be stormy, so we have the moody lighting today. Ugh, I need to start doing this again. This is so pretty. Gorgeous. So for my foundation, they were really adamant about this one. This is the Luminous Silk from Giorgio Armani. I'm using the shade 5.9. I'm going to use a brush today, and I'm using the Moda Complexion brush. I'll give you like a little mini update. I won't stay on this forever if you don't really care. But since I've had them for a couple weeks now, and I've been getting to know their personalities and such, they are so sweet and so hilarious. I'm so excited to show them my makeup today. Especially Ren, because he notices when I'm wearing makeup or not, especially if something's sparkly. I got it on camera, but whenever he sees something sparkly or if he's used to seeing me with mascara on and I wash it off, he'll notice and he'll kind of like squint his eyes and he'll come up to me and then like grab my face without claws. They're very, very gentle. And over the weekend, I did bring them to the cabin, and I was a little bit nervous for like their first car ride after the vet, but they just slept the entire hour on the road, which was amazing. Honestly, they've improved my quality of life at home so much. I swear they cleared up my acne. Like, what is going on? I've been so much happier with them around. They've brought me so much joy. So that's just me gushing about my kittens. I thought this video would be appropriate to do so. But this is looking good. This is looking good. A little bit light for my complexion, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Plus bronzer's coming up soon. I really like the looks of this foundation with the Glow Lust underneath. Really beautiful. I'm just gonna go over everything with my beauty blender. I don't really like the pink beauty blender. It weirds me out that every time I wash it, a whole bunch of pink dye comes out. And I've had so many of the other beauty blender colors and that's never happened. And I'm always worried that it's going to like transfer onto my makeup and make me look pink. It doesn't, but it's just weird. For my concealer, well, this isn't really a concealer, it's like an eye brightener. This is the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix, and I'm using the shade Butter. I was hoping that they were gonna pick like an actual concealer for today's look, but wasn't in the cards today. And I'm just gonna use the sponge to blend that out. Honestly, I think there's just going to be a few things I'm going to have to work around in today's video, but for the most part, they did me a favor. They picked a lot of things that I needed to try out again for my roundup, so thank you, kitties. So the next thing I'm going to be using is the LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. I have the shade Resilience. I'm going to set my under eyes as well as my forehead, but I do have a few creamy things to go in with in a minute. I've only used this once under the eye, and I wasn't sure. It grew on me while I was doing my makeup, but initially it wasn't a favorite, but it looks good with the Bright Fix. Why didn't I zoom you guys in more? I'm so sorry. Please forgive. This one's very, very blurring. It's one of the powders I see myself using. Oh, it's so nice. Did you see that action on my forehead? I'm also gonna set my brows because they have been getting a little bit shiny. I think it's just because I really put sunscreen in there. So I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of powder. Okay, time to move on. What did they pick out for me next? Of course, the LYS No Limits Matte Bronzer. I have the shade Motivate, which is the lightest shade. I'm excited to see how this one performs on a different foundation. I found that this one really took to the LYS foundation and it was a little bit more patchy, but it was workable. Like, it blends out really nicely, so I'm just curious to see what this looks like on a more skin-like foundation. Such a better experience already. And I find the undertone of this one to be quite unique to the other ones I have in my collection. Like, it has a touch of red, but it's still quite olive and neutral in tone, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't look super orange. It has a very interesting undertone. Okay, I got a little bit excited there because I have not been wearing makeup the last couple days, so I went a little overboard. And to kind of soften that up, I'm going to take the powder again and just kind of go at the edges, and it should soften that a touch. Since this is translucent, it does have a little bit of color, like a little tiny amount. So far, kitties are doing a good job with their picks. I didn't really put too much thought into the products that they were picking. I threw in some things that could have been very challenging, and at all different price points as well, but they chose a lot of bougie items. I've got some bougie babies. For my highlighter, they chose the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Glow Highlighter. Nice. That is one of my favorites, so no complaints there. So now for blush, they chose this one, which I'm really excited to be using today. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow. I'm using the shade Color of Passion, which was my favorite out of the two that they launched. It's this beautiful kind of sunburnt, fresh shade. Gorgeous. Nice and sheer, but you can build it up, and it wears a very long time. I'm so happy they're bringing this back. It just makes sense because it's just too good to be limited edition. I'm applying that with this Quo Beauty foundation brush. I like to use it as a cream blush brush. Forgot how pigmented that is. I dabbed a lot of it off on the back of my hand. We're going blushy today. So now I'm going to prime my eyes and do my brows off camera. The products I'm going to use in my brows today are the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist ones, the newer products. I'm using both of those in the shade 40 medium brown, and I'm also going to prime my eyes with the NARS eyeshadow primer. So while I'm off doing that, please enjoy the intermission. So a little update on this brow gel. I find that this one has a lot more hold compared to the Cosmetics one, but it doesn't give as fluffy as a brow look as the Cosmetics one. So take what you will with that, whatever vibe you like more. So for my eyeshadow palettes, they picked the Cosmetics Brunette palette, which looks like this. Just neutrals. It kind of reminded me of like a palette version of the mini stack, but these are much more warm in comparison to the mini stack. And they also picked this one, which is the MAC Botanic Panic palette. That's a fun name. Gorgeous colors. I am wanting to use like the matte fun colors in here. Maybe I'll do like the base all neutral and like something fun added to it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go with the flow. It worked well in one of my recent videos with the ColourPop teal palette, so I'm gonna do that again. So I'm gonna start off with the brunette palette, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is Cork. And this is going to be my first shade, so I'm gonna really diffuse it. I've actually used this Melt palette a couple times, and it's nice. It is. I don't really use the shimmer shades, but they look better pressed than the last 420 palette. The Mary Jane palette, that's it. I find that their shimmers have a lot of inconsistencies, but the mattes are always good. I'm gonna take this ColourPop E25 with the shade Tan. So I think I kind of gave up on what I was saying about this palette. I think it's nice. I don't think it's like a palette I would rave about. It's just like another really nice neutral palette. But if you were really interested in it, I don't think you'd be disappointed. Like, I feel like I'll get a good use out of it, but it's not a top recommendation from Melt Cosmetics as a brand, that's for sure. I feel like they have some really fun and unique palettes as well. I think as a base, I'm going to bring a mixture of Cork and Tan, just so I bring this color to the lower portion of the eye so it doesn't look lost. But I'm gonna keep it kind of more concentrated here. I'm just gonna feather it a little bit out here. I did pull out my Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the shade Lift, which is the white one. I think I'm going to kind of create a negative space and a base so I can pack on some of the colorful eyeshadows. Could be fun. We shall see. Let's see if that works. That was not any language. That was like Simlish, which, speaking of, I've been craving to play Sims again. They came out with a cottagecore game, or cottage living, pardon me, and I really want to play it and live out my cottagecore dreams. But I simply cannot download it. Like, you won't see me for like a month. like I will not upload. They'll consume my life. So I'm bringing this with this Nabla N102 brush. I'm gonna bring it kind of more straight out. I'm gonna try to make this a little thicker than I would usually do so I can add a lot more color into it. Also, you wouldn't need this Danessa Myricks thing if you have a white eyeliner. That would definitely work too. I just wanted to test the capabilities of the color fixes. I'm using a small melt liner brush, the 96 brush. I don't think these ones are still available, which is really sad. Oh no! Oh my god. Okay. Oh god. So many people probably clicked out of this video. Oh, someone's here. Oh no, someone's here. Everything was okay. It was just a drop-off package. So now I'm going to be dipping into the Botanic Panic palette. I think I'm going to first dip into the lime green shade with a clean angled brush. And then I'm going to start packing this on the outer corner first. I'm gonna flow into this color here, which is like a minty, soft sea green shade. I might dip into a little bit of this one. This one does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but I don't think it'll be metallic. So I'm gonna kind of mix between those two colors to soften it up. Then I'm going to grab a different brush and I'm going to grab the lavender shade from down here. Then I'm going to take that first brush again and I'm going to take that lime green. I'm gonna pat over the edges so I get a mixed blend of those two colors. And then the same thing, I'm just gonna take the lavender shade, pat over a little bit of the blue, and I'm gonna take the blue again and tap over that area. And then I think I should fade it into a pink. It's not super pink, it's like a corally color. We'll see how that goes. This one might be a little bit more of a tougher blend, because they're not very complementary, but I'm gonna incorporate some of that yellow so I can get more of an orangey shade. Switching to a ColourPop E29. I'm gonna get more of that pinky color. Okay, how fun is that? Wow, I love that. Now I'm just gonna take some more of that tan shadow from the Melt palette just to finish this off and kind of neutralize it a little bit more. How fun did that turn out? I am very proud of this. And then finally for the inner corner highlight, I'm just gonna dip back into the Natasha Denona one. So I'm just going to do this eye real quick and I'll be right back. So here's the other eye. I love how this turned out. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I just pulled out this nude eyeliner pencil from NARS and I'm just gonna run it through my waterline because I do have a little bit of shadow that fell onto my waterline and I just want to brighten this area up and clean it up again. For mascaras, I'm going to kind of cheat and use my M Cosmetics Pick Me Up on my lower because I want this to last today. And for the top, they chose the Benefit They're Real Magnet Mascara. Okay, so here's the mascara on and that completes this eye look. Here it is all done. I love them. This was really fun. So for lips, they chose the Bite Beauty new lipsticks. I received 3 shades in PR. I swatched them quickly here. I also matched a lip liner. This is the one I'm going to be using today, which is Sugar Buns. The middle one is Hot Tomato, and this one over here is Chai. And this is a newer texture. It's not the same as the old Bite lipsticks. These have like a more matte finish. They feel quite reminiscent of the MAC Powder Kiss Bullet lipsticks, which I do really enjoy. So I'm excited to see how these actually feel on the lips. But I'm first going to line with the Persona lip liner in the shade Dusk. And here we are, finally, with the Bite lipstick in Sugar Buns. Oh, okay, that actually suits the look. I was a bit worried that it wasn't going to match the blush, but I feel like the blush is it's working, especially with this pinky red right here, kind of helped that situation. And there's like a little undertone that suits this lip color. Honestly, my cats set me up for success today. They did a great job choosing things. I love how this all turned out. Bring you guys in closer so you can see everything finished. I freaking love how it turned out. I did not expect these results in the slightest. Should I like go get them to show them as if they'll care really? Probably. I'll be right back. Kitties, look at how good you did. Do you like it? Do you recognize me? I looked kind of horrible the last couple days. Hi. He does not care. Lonnie cared a little. But now that I showed them their masterpiece, I think that is all for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it fun. Let me know if you'd like to see this video again, maybe when they're a bit older. I mean, they did a really, really good job. That's why I'm inclined to doing this again. But if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of these products I used in the description down below as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.